So welcome back to our conversation about the human animal and the human predicament. You might remember from last time we talked about the frog in the pan of warm in water and how that frog needs to escape its circumstances. And that proves to be a pretty useful metaphor. But today I want to frame it up a little bit differently. I want to talk about stages of moral development, and especially a man named Lawrence Kohlberg, who gave us 3 stages. And they're very easy to understand. It goes like this. The first stage is the pre-conventional stage. And in this stage, it's all about rewards and punishments. So we behave the way we behave because some immediate reward or immediate punishment is going to come our way. This is typically the way of young children or dogs that you're trying to train. That's the pre-conventional stage. But then we grow up, we're into young adulthood now, and we enter the conventional stage. This is where we begin to generalize about our behavior and how it fits into society. So this is where we mostly behave because that's what tends to work in society. We generalize. And so we mostly follow the laws and the procedures and the policies and the norms of our society because things just work better when people do that. That's the conventional stage, and that's where most of us spend most of our lives. But now some of us go further. Some of us go into what Kohlberg called the post-conventional stage. And in this stage, we start to ask questions, and we start to participate, and we start to take responsibility for the rules and norms and policies that govern society. We become more involved. And in this post-conventional stage, this is where things begin to get really interesting. The first thing about this post-conventional life is that it's dangerous. It's stressful because there's exposure, there's vulnerability. When we stand up and start to ask questions about the rules and policies and norms and procedures that govern our society, we're exposed to conflict. We're exposed to other people, which is precisely why so few people enter into this post-conventional stage. And that all makes sense. It's stressful to be an activist. It's stressful to ask questions about why things are the way they are. It's stressful to live in some other way. So a lot of people avoid it. And that's what we're seeing in the world now. People avoiding, people staying stuck in the conventional stage. But the thing we fail to realize is that the post-conventional stage of activism is actually really exciting and meaningful. This is where the adventure begins. This is where life becomes so much richer. This is where, through our curiosity and our activism and our question asking, this is where we find a sense of meaning and purpose. So yes, it's stressful. Yes, there's exposure and vulnerability in that worldview. But this is also where life becomes a lot richer. And this is the case we need to make to people. When we're talking about the need for activism, the need to step up, it's not simply a case of, yes, it's stressful and here's how to manage your stress. No, this is where the meaning is. This is the draw. This is the pull of being an activist. And this is where we say activism is a form of medicine, because when you enter that post-conventional stage and expose yourself to risk, this is also where life becomes so much more meaningful and satisfying. So this is what I encourage people to do, to take a chance to enter into that post-conventional stage, to start exercising your curiosity about the norms and the laws and the rules and the procedures that govern society, and start being a participant in that process. This is where things get interesting. So if you're a trainer, a coach, a teacher, a anyone who works with the human animal. This is something that you can emphasize with your students, your clients, your athletes. Encourage people to be participants in the world. This is where things get really interesting. So I look forward to talking with you more about this in the future. Take care.